Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and here we are. Major announcement, as the title up there suggests. This is vlog number 3, and this is the future of Shockblast Media. So dramatic. So I've teased it the last couple days on Twitter. I thought I would do this yesterday, but it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to consider, and there's some uncertainty here for me. Um, when I started doing YouTube 6 years ago, I really had no idea what I was doing, and to a certain extent, I kind of still don't have any idea what I'm doing. Um, I love this. Um, It gives me a really creative outlet to share my love for everything. Comic books, video games, pop culture, just sports, whatever it may be. It's a really creative vehicle for me. So to understand how we got to where we are today, you have to understand, that I've done a lot of things in life. The biggest of things is I've worked my ass off to put myself in the position I am in today. I, by myself, bought a house last year. I have a really nice 2014 Ford Explorer. Um, you know, I had, Teddy for 10 years and I gave him a great life. And, hopefully in August, I'm going to get another dog or two. Um, and, really, like, everything that I've done in life has put me in the position to be able to do what I'm going to do now. And I've worked really hard for it. When I started ShockblastMedia, I was a writer and I was a photographer. And I was very involved in the music industry. I mean, I cannot tell you how many pictures I've shot of so many amazing bands over the years, how many bands I've interviewed, bands like, Metallica and Zakk Wylde and Vanilla Ice and my personal favorite band Seven Dust and Slayer. I mean, there's so many bands over the years that I've interviewed and done pretty well with. It was always a hobby to me, but it was a self-funding hobby that I was able to get enough out of to make it worthwhile for me. Then over time, it just got to the point where even though I was never having to pay to go to concerts and never having to, you know, in a lot of cases pay for albums, record labels would send them to me for free and I would review them. And even though I got to hang out with and get to know so many of my favorite bands, like Seven Dust I've seen 30 times, and I can walk up to them and their singer Lejean would see me, give me a huge hug, and like, oh, your family, and I'm not sitting here trying to make it sound like we're best friends, but like it was cool to be known and recognized, and that part of my life was really exciting. So then comes 2009, and that was a really big year for me because I was working at a job and the people I worked with were great, the people I worked for were awful. And I got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. And I said, fuck it, I'm out. So I went about a year without a job and with very limited money. And in that time, I started getting bigger into video games. And with all of that, I got to a point where I'm like, I really want to try this YouTube thing. And when I started Shock Blast Media on YouTube, as I mentioned, I had a website that went with it. And that's where I was putting my photography and writing my, articles and interviews and stuff like that because I thought I was a pretty good writer. And maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's not for me to judge. Um, so when I started Shock Blast Media, it was me posting trailers and stuff. And the reason I did it is because I was pretty savvy. I could use the trailers I was posting and the traffic it was getting to prove this is how many hits I'm getting. This is the type of buzz I'm generating for your band or your video game or whatever it may be. And we did pretty well. I did pretty well for a while with it, and slowly the actual website of Shockblast Media faded away. And if you go to shockblastmedia.com right now, somebody bought the URL from under me when it expired, and I don't even have control over that anymore. And I wish I did, because I would restart it in a lot of ways. But why am I telling you all this? Because now I face myself with a new life change, and I have decided to take advantage of that and focus on something that I love and I've grown to love and just a real passion of mine. Now, you'll notice that like over time, my uploads have been sporadic. A game like a Lego game comes out and I'm killing your feed. I'm putting up like 200 videos over the course of a week, if not more, doubtedly less. But then, it's like, oh, here's a video here, a video there. With last month was really tough for me leading up to Friday, where, I've had some health issues, and then, the passing of my dear Teddy, um, and I wasn't into it. Like, honestly, like, you guys understand, and you guys have been a true inspiration, and I just I just couldn't do it. Like it wasn't the same, and slowly you'll see I'm getting back into it. I sound so much better. I wouldn't have even been able to mention Teddy's name without, bawling my eyes out, but I'm there now, and I'm ready. So last Friday, right around the time I started Shock Blast Media almost 6 years ago, I started a job at the greatest company I've ever worked for, working with some of the best people I've ever worked for. And last Friday was my last day at that job. And over time, a lot of people have heard me mention the fact that I do work a 40-hour-a-week job, and YouTube is always something that I did just on the side, as a hobby. Like being a photographer and a writer and a band interviewer, that started as a hobby when I was in college, when I was a part of my college's radio station, and it just grew into something bigger. Now, I didn't really make any money off of doing that, but it sustained itself. Like, I never had to pay to go to a concert. There were years I was going to 100 concerts a year, and so that in and of itself was like, hey, I've got this great hobby. It basically pays for itself. I just have to drive places. And YouTube's different. So I never started YouTube to make money, to be a YouTube star, to be famous, to do any of that. And I don't think I am any of those things now, but I do well. And this is the awkward part of the conversation for me. You'll see ads pop up on the videos, and somebody has to make that money. If I'm not making that money, YouTube is making that money, or some, or it goes to nobody. I mean, I don't know. Um, and I've done pretty well with it. Um, as you can see, I'm sitting in a house. I like to joke and call it the house that YouTube bought, and I I did all of this. Everything I've ever done has always been, you know, as something I did in my spare time, and something I've done, to be honest with you, at the expense of a lot of things. Some of it my health. I've put on weight that I'm not happy about. Um, you know, I am I'm a bigger guy. I know it. You know, sometimes people that watch my videos are very happy to remind me of it, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, maybe, but like I know I've got some work to do there. But some relationships have suffered because of it. I'm fortunate now that, with Becky, she gets it, and she even kind of wants to be a part of it, which is exciting. But I took all this time over the last 10 minutes to really set up how hard I've worked to be able to tell you this today. And as of we approach the 10-minute mark, My major announcement is that YouTube is now going to be my job. Um, I am very anxious and nervous and excited to sit here today and tell you that I am in a position where I am able to now focus on my career on YouTube. And I would be lying to you if I didn't say that I was scared out of my mind as to what this is going to mean. But I'm going to try it, and I need you guys um, to help me. I appreciate y'all so much. You watch my videos, you don't click out of the ads, stuff like that. And I know it's a lot to ask, and a lot of people use ad block and stuff like that. And I can tell you that I don't. Um, I have ad block on my Google um, Chrome and Firefox and all that. And I only turn it on when I'm going to like websites that ambush you with ads, but I leave it off. And when I go to other YouTubers' videos, I watch their ads and I let them roll. And it can be a little annoying, but I know what it means. And it's awkward to like tell people that because you guys are entitled to do what you want. If you watch the ads and everything and help contribute, I appreciate it. Um, it helps me a lot, and it's going to help me a lot moving forward because that's how I'm going to make my money. And you're going to see I'm going to have the reason I held off is because a couple weeks ago, Patreon hit me up. Might have been a little bit like a month and a half ago at this point. Um, and they said, look, we really want to work with you. A lot of people with your type of following are able to make a lot of money through crowdfunding. And I didn't know how I felt about that. Like it's awkward for me to like say, hey, throw some money in a tip jar for me. I've never done it on Twitch. I don't want to do it, but at the same time, I look at it like this. My favorite band is Seven Dust, as I've mentioned earlier. And I've met them a million times, and I know I could probably find a way to meet them at every show I go to. But they just played Hartford this past week, and it was the same day that Civil War came out, and it was the same day as my last real day at my job. Please don't ask me who I worked for because, you know, even though I'm no longer there and people can't like try to call in and find me, I want a little bit of privacy in that regard because there are a lot of people affected by this, not just me. I didn't do anything wrong. Like to the end, I feel like I was a model employee, and I loved that place. Just some of the best people I've ever met in life. Just so many people that I literally love, like brothers and sisters, and crazy uncles and stuff like that. And it's really unfortunate. I'm a little bitter about it. Um, and I know that that's going to lead me to like bad conversations. So I really don't want to talk about it. It was a great audio-visual company. I did tech support for about 6 years. Um, a lot of great opportunities, met some amazing people that will be my friends forever. But you know, I sit here on a Monday morning at 7:38, and it's surreal to me because I don't have anything to do today. So I'm gonna take this next week to get myself together. But back to Patreon. I will be starting a Patreon soon. If you want to contribute to it, you can. I didn't start it from the beginning because stuff like that means something to me. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And not following through is is really, you know, it affects me personally. So, like, there's conversations I've had with people, that I had 2 months ago that I still remember and I still know I need to do, but I'm just too damn lazy to go to the post office and do it. And I've been trying to like get things in order, and get everything set up for the fact that I could be here right now to record this video. So here I am looking at the rest of my life ahead of me, and it's like, what do I do, you know? And I hope this works. I really want this to be my future. I really want, I enjoy the amazing conversations we have. And it's going to feel weird for me having a Patreon where, maybe five of you guys decide to contribute towards it. Maybe 100 of you guys do. I really don't know. But as I started to say with Seven Dust, they come into town last Thursday, and if I have the opportunity, they have VIP experiences. I've bought them before, and it's like $100, and you're guaranteed that you get to go meet the band and have your picture taken, and all those kinds of things. And I don't even hesitate to do that. And it's weird to me because I know the way that you guys react, like in interacting with me. Um, you know, one thing that I think of, one of my subscribers, a kid in Switzerland, named Darth Coco. I don't know if I said it right, and he did a little interview with me, and and during it, I just thought it was two people having a conversation, and just so many times like, oh, I can't believe I'm talking to Jay Shockblast, and stuff like that always resonates with me. When you guys send me messages on Xbox Live and PlayStation 4, you know, I respond. I try to respond to everybody, like at least say hi or something. And sometimes you keep sending me messages, and I'm like, okay, enough. But you know, I uh, I get you guys responding. Oh my God, you responded. Most YouTubers don't do that. I don't want to be most YouTubers. I want to be. You guys are like a family to me, and I want to be able to do this. And my phone is going crazy right now, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna shut it off. I'm really bad at this. Um, but what does this mean? It means more access to me. Patreon. I met up with, like, I had a like phone conference call with a gentleman with Patreon. He was like, look, we think you'd be a really good fit for what we do, and these are the benefits that you can provide, and these are the things you can do, and there's other ways I can supplement my income. Um, so the thing is that I did all of this in my free time, and everybody like lately likes it when I stream, and there's gonna be lots of live streaming coming up. I'm gonna take this week to sort it all out, and then next week, um, we're gonna come back and we're gonna start a stream schedule, and I'm gonna be constantly altering it. My idea right now is, I'm gonna have Marvel Mondays, where on Monday I'll stream some Marvel game, whatever it may be, and we'll talk about Marvel comics, or maybe it's DC Comics, whichever. It'll be Comic Monday, and we'll focus on that. And Tuesday is going to be New Release Tuesday, where I spend some time playing new releases on stream, and you can kind of check it out. And Wednesday could be like Star Wars Wednesday, and Thursday could be like Throwback Thursday, where I play like an older game, and Friday will be like Freeform Friday, where we do whatever the heck we want. And then Saturdays and Sundays will kind of be, just whatever, no schedule, but I'll try to do what I can. And I look at my buddy Sir Wallen, and he streams so much, and he's my favorite YouTuber, kind of like my inspiration. And I'm looking forward to having that opportunity to do things. As I said before, I've been a really hard worker. Um, I have a mortgage, I have a car payment, I have some other bills, but I've I'm fortunate that I'm in a position where all those should be taken care of. And is anything really changing? No. I didn't need to tell you all this stuff about ads and stuff like that, but let's face it, I want to be open and honest with everybody. Yeah, I make money off YouTube, and I want to continue to do so because it's an amazing feeling to know that you're able to do that and that you can provide entertainment to other people just by doing something that you love, and that's what I want to do. Am I going to be a, superstar? Am I going to be, the next PewDiePie? PewDiePie? I I'm familiar with PewDiePie. I know you guys talk about him all the time, but I honestly didn't have any idea who he was until maybe a year ago. But I think what he does is amazing, and you know, you can love him or hate him the way he does it. You can love me or hate me the way I do it. I'm not I'm not the best YouTuber in the world. Like some of my videos are raw and they're unpolished, but I like it that way. I love my videos to be just real. Like I hate like super edits, you know? Like I just want to record my gameplay, do it all in one shot and put it together, you know? Um, but now I'm gonna have a lot more time to focus on this, and you're gonna see a lot of content. You know, this whole video here was done in one shot, and you know, people don't do that, you know, and I talk a lot. I know that, and I think that's why you guys really appreciate it because you know that I'm putting my heart and my passion into this, and I love it, and that's what I want to keep doing. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. I need you now more than ever. Um, you know, there's over 150,000 subscribers on this channel, and you know, sometimes it's frustrating because people aren't watching, but you know, at the same time, I understand. Like, I'm not the only person out there. Sometimes what I'm doing isn't really what you're up to and into or whatever it may be, and um, you know, I'm gonna try a lot of new things, and sometimes it's not gonna go over, and sometimes it will. But more than anything, I appreciate you guys for putting me in a position to even be able to have this conversation with you right now. You know, so many of my friends that are also affected by the layoff are looking hard right now for other jobs, or some of them are already starting other jobs, and I'm comfortable enough right now where I don't have to do that. And I'm looking forward to taking this opportunity to, you know, work out more and lose some weight and, you know, make better videos and do better live streams and learn a lot more about these things. And my hope is that I never have to work for anybody else again. There's a lot of people that have been able to you know, be YouTubers, and I was very I'm proud of myself. You know, like I'm really proud of myself that I'm in this position and that, you know, I believe in myself enough to do this. And I hope you believe in me too. And I appreciate everybody that just says that they like what I do. You know, you don't have to be somebody that subscribes on Patreon. I will love you just the same, and you know, whatever it may be. Like I don't want this to change me, you know, but like here we are, and I'm so excited about the future, and it's about to be 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, and I'm not looking at the clock with dread, saying, "God, I have to go to work." I might go see Captain America today, because what else do I have to do? But this week is about relaxing. Um, this week I want to just kind of get my head in order, relax. I've been working since I was 14 years old, and other than that 1 year layoff that really changed my life, I mean, I've been working hard, 40 hours a week, on top of, you know, running out to concerts, and you know, you'd think that playing video games wouldn't be stressful, but you know, when you do it so much, it changes. You know, it becomes less about fun and more about, you know, work. You know, it can be overwhelming when, you know, I get like bombarded with, you know, join my life party, and it's like, man, I want to make everybody happy, but like I can't do that stuff. You know, and it becomes different. It's different. You know, so this week I'm gonna make videos and stuff, like that's gonna happen. I'm getting Uncharted 4 tomorrow. I got Battleborn last week, and I haven't even I put the disc in the drive. Like that's all I've done. Like the disc in the drive, it's all installed, and you know, that's like literally the only thing that I've done. So I don't even know if I'm gonna like this, but there's a lot of games that I've bought and never even played that I'm fidgeting with everything that I want to get caught up on, and um, I still haven't beaten Fallout 4, but I've put like hundreds, well over 100 hours into it. So this week's about relaxing, getting things in order. Next week, I think, is when I'll launch the Patreon. Um, and if you can contribute, then great. If not, I don't think any less. Um, but I want to like give you guys some opportunity. One of the things I'm thinking is that I'm gonna have like 30 slots a month. It'll be like maybe $50. I don't know. I haven't really decided on like what it is. I'm not gonna do many like perks and tiers. It's gonna be, your basic. You're a subscriber. You're part of this. We'll do special Patreon live streams, and you'll be eligible for it. And then there's going to be the premium VIP, where I think I'll have like 30 slots, and it's $50. And for that, once a month, you get to pick a topic for a video. I think this is a really cool opportunity. You get to tell me within the realm of what I do, like a topic for a video. So it may be, your topic is tell me the history of um, I'm looking at a Secret Wars graphic novel. Tell me the history of Miles Morales. And I'll guarantee you that I will make a video that's at least 5 minutes long, and I'll introduce it as your Patreon video and your idea. I'll say whatever you want to say, whether it's you know Bob Barker from Irvine, California, um, hit me up and wanted to have a Patreon video about Miles Morales, and I'll sit there and spend at least 5 minutes, having some video game in the background talking all about Miles Morales. And everybody will get to enjoy it, but you will have the you'll be able to show all your friends, look, Jay Shockblast made this video on my idea. And I think that would be pretty cool for a lot of people. And that's kind of like my premium perk. And then I'll have like a tip jar where if you just want to throw some money in there, then great. It's awkward to me. Trust me. Like I feel really weird about it, and I, I just I know people do it, and people do it very successfully. So I guess the thing is, why not me? Um, it won't change the way I do things. I'm still like, I know that there are people that are like, oh, for X, like there are celebrities that are like, oh, if you pay me X amount of money, I'll follow you on Twitter, or things like that. No, I mean, I'm gonna do everything the way I've always done it. It's just we're gonna have maybe one or two extra perks that give you a little bit more access to me, and I just need to figure out how I'm gonna manage all of that, because once I launch that, again, it means something to me. So I have to contribute. I have to follow through with it. You know what I mean? And I'm really only looking at that as like little extra things to help supplement, everything, and give me, some cushion just to make sure the bills are paid. Um, I'm not trying to get rich off YouTube. I don't want to be like, I don't even know how the people, do that. Like, um, I don't need to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. I want to make sure my bills are paid, and I've got a little bit of money left over to, you know, have fun. And you know, I know I know what amazing months on YouTube can be like, and I know what it takes. So this video is way longer than I thought it would be. So if you actually watch the whole thing, more power to you. But I love you guys, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support over the years to put me in a position to make a video like this and have an announcement like this and be able to sit here and say, I work for Shockblast Media and I work for you. you know, um, it's a dream come true, and I'm gonna work my ass off to make sure that I'm putting out content that you guys enjoy and love. Thank you so much, and if you don't mind, I have a lot of nothing to do. So you'll see some stuff later today. I love you guys. Peace.